In a world that is constantly vying for your attention, pulling you in countless directions, and bombarding you with endless demands, it can be easy to lose sight of who you truly are and what really matters. The pressure to conform, to meet others' expectations, and to seek validation from external sources can create a life that feels fragmented, exhausting, and disconnected from your true self. Amidst this chaos, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a path to reclaiming your inner peace, strength, and purpose, a path that begins with focusing on yourself. Focusing on yourself is not an act of selfishness or isolation. Rather, it is a profound journey of self-discovery, self-improvement, and self-liberation. It is about turning your gaze inward, away from the distractions of the external world, and cultivating a deeper understanding of who you are, what you value, and how you want to live. 1. Clarity of mind and purpose. When you begin to focus on yourself, the first and perhaps most profound transformation that takes place is the gradual clearing of the mental fog that has long clouded your judgment and perception. The world is full of distractions, constant demands on your time, the endless opinions of others, societal expectations, and the never-ending stream of information that bombards you from all directions. In this chaotic environment, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters, to become entangled in the trivial and the transient, drifting further away from your true self. But when you consciously decide to turn inward and focus on yourself, something remarkable begins to happen. The noise of the outside world, which once seemed so overwhelming and all-consuming, starts to fade into the background. You become more attuned to your inner voice, the quiet but persistent whisper of your true desires, values, and aspirations that have been drowned out by the cacophony of external influences. This newfound clarity is not just about having a moment of peace. It is about fundamentally changing the way you perceive and interact with the world. You start to see your path with greater precision, understanding not just where you are, but where you need to go. This clarity of mind is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of wisdom, knowing what is within your control and what is not, understanding the true nature of things, and discerning what is truly important in life. As you focus on yourself, you begin to strip away the superfluous, the distractions, and the illusions that have kept you from seeing things as they really are. You become more selective in how you spend your time and energy, recognizing that both are finite and precious. This shift in focus brings about a profound sense of purpose. You are no longer swayed by the fleeting whims of others or the superficial goals that society may try to impose on you. Instead, you start to align your actions with your deeply held values, which brings a sense of fulfillment that is both enduring and unshakable. You begin to live a life that is true to yourself, and this authenticity brings a deep sense of inner peace and satisfaction. The clarity of mind that comes from focusing on yourself is not a fleeting state, but a lasting change that permeates every aspect of your life, allowing you to move forward with confidence and conviction, knowing that you are on the right path. 2. Resilience in the face of adversity. As you continue to focus on yourself, another powerful transformation takes place, one that is essential for navigating the inevitable challenges and hardships of life. You begin to develop a deep and abiding sense of resilience, the kind of inner strength that allows you to remain calm and composed even in the face of adversity. Life is full of difficulties, unexpected events, and disappointments, but what Stoicism teaches is that it is not the events themselves that cause us distress, but rather our perception of them. By focusing on yourself, you begin to gain mastery over your perceptions. You start to understand that while you cannot always control what happens to you, you have full control over how you respond. This realization is incredibly empowering. It shifts the focus from external circumstances, which are often beyond your control, to your internal world, where true power lies. As you cultivate this inner resilience, you become less affected by the ups and downs of life. External events that once caused you great distress, whether it be a setback at work, a conflict in a relationship, or a personal failure, begin to lose their power over you. You start to see these challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Each difficulty becomes a chance to practice and strengthen your Stoic principles, to become more patient, more understanding, and more resilient. This shift in mindset is profound. You begin to approach life's challenges with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that you have the inner resources to handle whatever comes your way. This resilience is not just about enduring hardships. It's about thriving in spite of them. It's about maintaining your equilibrium and your sense of self, even when the world around you is in turmoil. As you develop this resilience, you also become more grounded in the present moment. You learn to let go of worries about the future and regrets about the past, focusing instead on what you can do here and now. This present-mindedness brings a deep sense of peace, as you are no longer burdened by the weight of what might have been or what could be. Instead, you are fully engaged with the present, ready to face whatever challenges come your way with a clear mind and a steady heart. The resilience you cultivate when you focus on yourself is not just a coping mechanism. It is a way of life that allows you to move through the world with grace and strength, no matter what obstacles you may encounter. 3. Cultivation of self-discipline. As you continue your journey of self-focus, another significant transformation begins to take root: the cultivation of self-discipline. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in distractions, to give in to temptations, and to allow your attention to be pulled in 1,000 different directions. But when you make a conscious decision to focus on yourself, you start to develop a stronger sense of self-discipline, a quality that is highly valued in Stoic philosophy. Self-discipline is about more than just resisting the urge to indulge in short-term pleasures or avoiding distractions. It is about having the strength and determination to stay true to your goals and values, even when the going gets tough. As you focus on yourself, you begin to recognize the areas of your life where you have been lacking in discipline. Perhaps you've been procrastinating on important tasks, neglecting your health, or allowing negative influences to take up space in your life. With this newfound awareness, you start to take steps to regain control. You learn to say no to the things that do not serve your higher purpose, whether they be unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or fleeting pleasures that offer no lasting satisfaction. This process is not easy. It requires a great deal of effort and commitment, but as you continue to practice self-discipline, you begin to see the benefits. You become more focused and productive, able to accomplish more in less time because you are no longer wasting your energy on things that do not matter. You also start to feel a greater sense of pride and satisfaction in your accomplishments, knowing that they are the result of your hard work and determination. This self-discipline extends beyond just your personal goals. It also influences how you interact with others. You become more reliable and dependable, as people see that you are someone who can be trusted to follow through on your commitments. This earns you the respect of others, which further reinforces your self-discipline and strengthens your resolve to continue on this path. Over time, self-discipline becomes a habit, a way of life. You no longer have to struggle to resist temptations or distractions because they no longer hold the same appeal. You have trained your mind and body to focus on what is important, and this focus brings a deep sense of inner peace and satisfaction. You start to realize that true happiness does not come from indulging in every whim or desire, but from mastering yourself and living in accordance with your values. This mastery is not about being rigid or inflexible. It is about having the freedom to choose your actions and your path, rather than being controlled by external circumstances or internal impulses. The self-discipline you cultivate when you focus on yourself is a powerful tool that allows you to achieve your goals, live according to your principles, and find lasting fulfillment in a world that is often chaotic and unpredictable. 4. Deepening of contentment and gratitude. As you delve deeper into the practice of focusing on yourself, another profound transformation begins to unfold, a deepening sense of contentment and gratitude. In a world that often encourages us to strive for more success, more wealth, more recognition, it can be easy to fall into the trap of constant dissatisfaction, always chasing the next goal, the next achievement, never truly appreciating what we have. But when you make a conscious effort to focus on yourself and your inner world, You begin to cultivate a sense of contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. The Stoics taught that true happiness comes not from external possessions or achievements, but from within. When you focus on yourself, you start to internalize this teaching. You begin to shift your attention away from what you lack and towards what you already have. This shift in focus brings about a profound sense of gratitude. You start to appreciate the small things in life, the warmth of the sun on your face, the comfort of a good book, the joy of a quiet moment of reflection. These simple pleasures, which you may have once taken for granted, become sources of deep satisfaction. You also start to appreciate the more significant aspects of your life, your health, your relationships, your abilities. You realize that these are the true riches, far more valuable than any material possession or external accolade. This growing sense of contentment does not mean that you stop striving for improvement or that you become complacent. Rather, it means that you learn to balance ambition with appreciation. You continue to pursue your goals, but you do so with a sense of peace and satisfaction, knowing that your happiness does not depend on the outcome. You start to see your achievements not as the key to your happiness, but as a natural byproduct of living a life in alignment with your values. This contentment also brings a greater sense of freedom. When you are content with what you have, you are no longer driven by the need to constantly acquire more. You become less concerned with keeping up with others or meeting societal expectations, and more focused on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. This freedom allows you to live more authentically, making choices based on your own values and desires, rather than on what others expect of you. As you continue to cultivate this sense of contentment and gratitude, you begin to experience a deep and lasting peace. You are no longer caught up in the endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. Instead, you find joy in the present moment, in the simple pleasures and the things that truly matter. This peace is unshakable because it comes from within, from your own sense of contentment and gratitude. It is a peace that allows you to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and equanimity, knowing that true happiness is not found in external circumstances, but in your own state of mind. The contentment and gratitude you cultivate when you focus on yourself are not just fleeting emotions. They are lasting qualities that fundamentally change the way you experience life, bringing a deep sense of fulfillment and peace. 5. Heightened self-awareness and understanding. As your journey of self-focus deepens, you begin to develop a heightened sense of self-awareness, a transformation that is central to the Stoic way of life. The Stoics believed that self-knowledge was essential for living a virtuous and meaningful life, and this belief is reflected in the teachings of great Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. By focusing on yourself, you start to peel back the layers of your identity, gaining a deeper understanding of who you are, what you value, and how you interact with the world. This process of self-discovery is not always easy. It requires honesty and courage to face the parts of yourself that you may have been avoiding or denying. But as you delve deeper into your own psyche, you begin to uncover truths about yourself that are both enlightening and empowering. You start to see your strengths and weaknesses with greater clarity, understanding how they influence your thoughts, actions, and decisions. This self-awareness allows you to make more informed choices, aligning your actions with your true values and goals. You also become more aware of your motivations, understanding why you do the things you do and how your past experiences have shaped your present behavior. This insight gives you the power to change patterns that are no longer serving you and to cultivate new habits that are in line with your aspirations. As you become more self-aware, you also start to develop a deeper sense of empathy and understanding towards others. You realize that just as you have your own struggles, fears, and desires, so too do the people around you. This understanding makes you more compassionate and less judgmental, both towards yourself and others. You start to see the interconnectedness of all human beings, recognizing that we are all on our own journeys of self-discovery and growth. This realization fosters a sense of connection and solidarity with others, even as you continue to focus on your own personal development. Your heightened self-awareness also has a profound impact on your relationships. As you become more aware of your own needs, desires, and boundaries, you are better able to communicate them to others. This leads to healthier, more authentic relationships, where both you and the people in your life are free to be yourselves. You start to take responsibility for your own happiness and well-being, rather than relying on others to fulfill your needs. This shift in perspective brings a sense of empowerment, as you realize that you have the ability to create the life you want, based on your own values and desires. The self-awareness you cultivate when you focus on yourself is not just about understanding who you are. It is about using that understanding to create a life that is true to yourself, a life that is guided by your own inner compass, rather than by external influences or societal expectations. This self-awareness is a lifelong journey, one that continues to deepen and evolve as you grow and change. But the more you focus on yourself, the more you will come to understand and appreciate the unique individual that you are, and the more you will be able to live a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. 6. Cultivation of inner peace and acceptance. As your focus on yourself continues to deepen, you begin to cultivate a sense of inner peace that is one of the most valuable gifts of the Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that peace of mind was one of the highest goods, a state of being that could only be achieved by living in accordance with nature and reason, and by accepting the things that are beyond our control. When you focus on yourself, you start to internalize these teachings. You begin to detach from the chaos and drama of the outside world, understanding that much of it is beyond your control and not worth your energy or attention. This detachment is not about apathy or indifference. Rather, it is about recognizing the limits of your power and focusing your efforts on the things that truly matter. As you cultivate this inner peace, you start to let go of the need to control everything and everyone around you. You realize that trying to change or manipulate external circumstances is often a futile and exhausting endeavor. Instead, you begin to focus on what you can control, your own thoughts, actions, and reactions. This shift in focus brings a profound sense of calm and serenity, as you no longer waste energy resisting or fighting against the inevitable. You learn to accept life as it is, with all its imperfections and uncertainties, and to find peace in the present moment. This acceptance is not about resignation or passivity. It is about embracing the reality of your situation and finding a way to thrive within it. You start to see challenges and difficulties not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. You understand that adversity is a natural part of life, and that it is through facing and overcoming challenges that we develop our strength and resilience. This understanding allows you to approach life's ups and downs with a sense of equanimity, knowing that you have the inner resources to handle whatever comes your way. As you continue to cultivate this inner peace, you also start to experience a greater sense of clarity and focus. With the distractions and anxieties of the outside world minimized, you are better able to concentrate on what is truly important to you. This clarity allows you to make decisions that are aligned with your values and goals, and to pursue your passions with a sense of purpose and direction. The inner peace you cultivate when you focus on yourself is not just a fleeting state of mind. It is a lasting change that permeates every aspect of your life. It allows you to move through the world with a sense of grace and composure, no matter what challenges you may face. This peace is not something that can be taken away by external circumstances, because it is rooted in your own inner strength and wisdom. It is a peace that allows you to live life fully and authentically, free from the distractions and anxieties that often plague those who are constantly focused on the external world. The inner peace you cultivate when you focus on yourself is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, a gift that will continue to enrich your life for years to come. 7. Development of compassion and empathy. As your focus on yourself deepens, you undergo another profound transformation, the development of compassion and empathy, both for yourself and for others. The Stoics taught that we are all interconnected, that our actions have an impact on those around us, and that true virtue involves not only acting in our own best interest, but also considering the well-being of others. When you focus on yourself, you start to cultivate a deeper understanding of your own struggles, challenges, and imperfections. This understanding naturally leads to a greater sense of compassion for yourself. You begin to recognize that you are human, that you are not perfect, and that it is okay to make mistakes and to have weaknesses. This self-compassion is a crucial part of the Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of self-care and self-acceptance. As you become more compassionate towards yourself, you also start to extend that compassion to others. You realize that just as you have your own struggles and challenges, so too do the people around you. This realization fosters a sense of empathy, as you start to see the world from the perspective of others. You begin to understand that everyone is fighting their own battles, and this understanding makes you less judgmental and more forgiving. You start to see others not as competitors or obstacles, but as fellow human beings who are also trying to navigate the complexities of life. This empathy allows you to build deeper and more meaningful relationships, as you are better able to connect with others on a human level. You become more patient and understanding, more willing to listen and to offer support. This shift in perspective also has a profound impact on your interactions with others. You start to approach conflicts and disagreements with a sense of empathy and compassion, seeking to understand the other person's point of view rather than simply trying to prove your own. This change in mindset allows you to resolve conflicts more peacefully and to build stronger, more harmonious relationships. The compassion and empathy you develop when you focus on yourself also extend to your broader community and to the world at large. You start to see that your actions have an impact beyond just yourself and your immediate circle. You become more mindful of how your choices and behaviors affect others, and you start to take responsibility for the impact you have on the world. This sense of responsibility is a key component of the Stoic philosophy, which teaches that we are all part of a larger whole, and that our actions should be guided by a sense of justice and compassion. As you continue to cultivate compassion and empathy, you start to experience a greater sense of connection with others. You realize that you are not alone, that you are part of a larger human family, and that we are all in this together. This sense of connection brings a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose, as you start to see your life not just as a solitary journey, but as a part of a larger, interconnected web of relationships and experiences. The compassion and empathy you develop when you focus on yourself are not just about being kind to others. They are about living a life that is rich in meaning and connection, a life that is guided by a sense of shared humanity and a commitment to the well-being of all. 8. Strengthening of inner confidence. As your journey of self-focus progresses, you undergo a transformation that is both empowering and liberating, the strengthening of inner confidence. In a world that often values external validation and approval, it can be easy to lose sight of your own worth and to seek affirmation from others. But when you focus on yourself, you begin to cultivate a sense of confidence that comes not from external sources, but from within. This inner confidence is not about arrogance or superiority. It is about having a deep and unshakable belief in your own abilities, values, and worth. When you focus on yourself, you start to recognize your own strengths and accomplishments. You begin to take pride in your achievements, not because they bring you external recognition, but because they are a reflection of your hard work, determination, and resilience. This sense of pride is a key component of inner confidence, as it allows you to trust in your own abilities and to believe in your own potential. As your inner confidence grows, you become less dependent on the opinions and approval of others. You no longer feel the need to constantly seek validation or to measure your worth by external standards. Instead, you start to set your own standards, based on your own values and goals. This shift in perspective brings a profound sense of freedom, as you are no longer constrained by the expectations and judgments of others. You start to live life on your own terms, making choices that are true to yourself, rather than trying to please or impress others. This inner confidence also allows you to take risks and to step outside of your comfort zone. You begin to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. You become more willing to take on new experiences and to face the unknown, knowing that you have the inner resources to handle whatever comes your way. This willingness to embrace challenges is a key aspect of the Stoic philosophy, which teaches that growth and improvement come from facing and overcoming adversity. As your inner confidence continues to strengthen, you also start to become more assertive in your interactions with others. You are no longer afraid to speak your mind or to stand up for your beliefs, even if it means going against the crowd. This assertiveness is not about being aggressive or confrontational. It is about having the courage to be true to yourself, even in the face of opposition. This courage is a hallmark of the Stoic philosophy, which teaches that true strength comes from within, and that it is better to live in accordance with your own values than to conform to the expectations of others. The inner confidence you develop when you focus on yourself is not just a fleeting feeling. It is a lasting quality that becomes a core part of your identity. It allows you to move through the world with a sense of purpose and conviction, knowing that you are capable of achieving your goals and living a life that is true to yourself. This confidence is a powerful tool that allows you to overcome obstacles, to take on new challenges, and to create a life that is rich in meaning and fulfillment. The inner confidence you cultivate when you focus on yourself is one of the most valuable assets you can have, a source of strength and empowerment that will serve you well in all areas of your life. 9. Alignment with your true values. As your focus on yourself deepens, you undergo a transformation that is both profound and liberating, the alignment with your true values. In a world that often encourages conformity and the pursuit of superficial goals, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters to you. But when you focus on yourself, you begin to reconnect with your own values, those deeply held beliefs and principles that guide your actions and decisions. This process of alignment is not always easy. It requires introspection and honesty, as you begin to examine your life and ask yourself whether your actions and choices are truly in line with your values. You may discover that you have been living according to the expectations of others, pursuing goals that do not bring you true fulfillment, or engaging in behaviors that are inconsistent with your principles. This realization can be uncomfortable, but it is also incredibly liberating. It gives you the opportunity to make changes, to start living in a way that is true to yourself. As you begin to align your actions with your values, you start to experience a deep sense of integrity and authenticity. You are no longer divided between who you are and who you think you should be. Instead, you become more integrated and whole, living in a way that is consistent with your beliefs and principles. This alignment brings a profound sense of peace and fulfillment, as you are no longer caught up in the struggle to meet external expectations or to live up to the standards of others. Instead, you are guided by your own inner compass, making choices that are true to yourself. This alignment also brings a greater sense of purpose and direction to your life. When your actions are in line with your values, you start to see your life as part of a larger, more meaningful whole. You begin to understand that your choices and actions have an impact not just on yourself, but on others and on the world around you. This understanding gives you a sense of responsibility, as you realize that you have the power to make a positive difference in the world. You start to see your life as a journey, one that is guided by your values and that is aimed at achieving a higher purpose. This sense of purpose brings a deep sense of fulfillment, as you know that you are living in a way that is true to yourself and that is making a positive impact on the world. The alignment with your true values is not just a fleeting feeling. It is a lasting change that becomes a core part of your identity. It allows you to move through the world with a sense of confidence and conviction, knowing that you are living in a way that is true to yourself and that is in line with your deepest beliefs and principles. This alignment is a powerful tool that allows you to overcome obstacles, to take on new challenges, and to create a life that is rich in meaning and fulfillment. The alignment with your true values is one of the most valuable assets you can have, a source of strength and empowerment that will serve you well in all areas of your life. 10. Liberation from external validation. As your journey of self-focus reaches new depths, you experience one of the most profound and liberating transformations, the release from the need for external validation. In a society that often equates self-worth with external approval, It can be easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from others, whether it be through praise, recognition, or social acceptance. But when you focus on yourself, you begin to break free from this cycle of dependency. You start to realize that your worth is not determined by the opinions of others, but by your own intrinsic value as a human being. This realization is incredibly empowering. It allows you to reclaim your self-worth and to stop seeking approval from others. You start to understand that true validation comes from within, from living in a way that is true to yourself and that is in line with your values and principles. This shift in perspective brings a profound sense of freedom, as you are no longer constrained by the need to please others or to meet their expectations. You start to make choices that are true to yourself, rather than trying to fit into the mold that others have created for you. This freedom allows you to live more authentically, to pursue your own passions and interests, and to create a life that is rich in meaning and fulfillment. As you continue to liberate yourself from the need for external validation, you also start to develop a deeper sense of self-confidence. You begin to trust your own judgment and to believe in your own abilities, knowing that you do not need the approval of others to feel good about yourself. This confidence allows you to take on new challenges, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to pursue your goals with determination and conviction. You become more resilient in the face of criticism or rejection, understanding that the opinions of others do not define you. This resilience is a key component of the Stoic philosophy, which teaches that true strength comes from within, and that it is better to live in accordance with your own values than to conform to the expectations of others. The liberation from external validation is not just a fleeting feeling. It is a lasting change that becomes a core part of your identity. It allows you to move through the world with a sense of purpose and confidence, knowing that you are living in a way that is true to yourself and that is in line with your deepest beliefs and principles. This liberation is a powerful tool that allows you to overcome obstacles, to take on new challenges, and to create a life that is rich in meaning and fulfillment. The release from the need for external validation is one of the most valuable assets you can have, a source of strength and empowerment that will serve you well in all areas of your life.